Right here. I don't start that. Jason starts it. It says, I got this thing that says start Zoom now. I don't do that.
I got it.
Okay. I don't touch it because then it'll fuck you up, right?
Yeah, he's not here yet.
And racial reparations. And so your argument for color blindness, I think, is something that the right has co-opted. And so many in the black community, if I'm being honest with you, because I want to be, believe that you are being used as a pawn by the right and that you're a charlatan of sorts.
He's not a Republican.
So how do you...
He's never voted for a Republican.
You said that you're a conservative. No, you did. You actually said that in the podcast that you did 2 weeks ago.
I said I was a conservative.
Yes, you did. And so, but my question to you is, how do you respond to those critics?
Let's give him an answer.
First thing I think it's very important. The quote that you just pointed out.
I'm going to play the
about
intro. You
doing
guys ready?
something
Yeah.
special for the Negro. That's
You get the song ready?
Can't wait that I
Paul.
just mentioned.
Yeah. Oh shit! No, hold
We're like way behind.
on. Well, yeah, I know, but I mean, you didn't tell me where.
All right, let's go here. I don't want to have that in the way of my...
Shit.
What?
We don't have it on the screen either.
All right, so I noticed your hat, Chicago for Trump. What is the story? Who are you, and what's the story behind that hat?
Okay, just
Well, first of all, my name is Kata Truss, and I am a Chicagoan, and I was a lifelong Democrat.
Great seats or what?
We do.
We are right here. Awesome.
Hey Terry, you know the song?
Oh, that used to be one of my favorite songs. What is that song?
That was Bob Marley.
Who
I
said-
shot
what
the
was the song?
sheriff.
Oh,
Yeah. Hey, how's
But
your?
I did
Hey
not
Terry, how's
shoot
that
the-
meatloaf?
Oh, it's good.
Didn't some rhino come over to your house to try to bribe you with
Sorry,
some
we got
meatloaf?
we got a light. I love meatloaf. Hey,
What was his name?
Greg Bolts.
Greg Bolts.
You know I
hey,
love meatloaf.
Greg Bolts. That's the guy who's got all the money in DGTRO
Yeah.
and spends it on going after Republicans instead of
So
Democrats,
Greg
right?
knows that I like meatloaf
Yeah.
so much.
And
And
then-
he brought it over to bribe me
and
when
then
I
he
was
gives-
recovering from cancer.
Yeah, and then he gives a committeeman, 85-year-old committeeman, money and puts a sheriff who takes pedophiles' money and puts it on a flyer and passes out to citizens instead of maybe, I don't know, going after Democrats.
Yeah. That
Welcome to Illinois, everybody, and
that
welcome to
meatloaf
Behind
did
Enemy
not-
Lines.
That meatloaf did not buy my allegiance.
But he does
Obviously,
love
Greg.
meatloaf. We got a real Chaz from Wedding Crashers over here, everybody. So, Terry, we got a big show for today, right? Welcome to Behind Enemy Lines, everybody. Please like, share, subscribe. I think we got a option to give us some money, huh, Terry?
Yeah.
We're gonna beg for your shekels now. So
But maybe Medris can get David Litt, if he's not in jail, some money for us.
Yeah,
Some
we're
of that
gonna. Well,
money he donated
you know,
to
we
him.
got some media coming out in the near future with a national media outlet that's going to discuss what kind of rhinos we're dealing with here in Illinois. So we're gonna have information on rhinos like Don Tracy, like John Curran, who takes money from teachers union and advocates for communist amendments to the Illinois Constitution. We've got information on county Republicans who donate to Kim Fox, the radical Soros-funded DA in Cook County, who is now being replaced, luckily not by some psycho that is for her policies, but by some Irish lady, Burke, or I don't know, but still a Democrat, but probably, hopefully, going to actually put some criminals behind bars, because, you know, we got some stories about criminals in Illinois who are going free after committing crazy crimes.
Not reformed criminals.
Not
like me.
reformed. People
Like
who people are trying to lure kids into a van, for example, when they had sexual
Molesting
stuff.
4-year-old kids.
Yeah, and getting let back out on the street because of the wonderful Safety Act in Illinois. So yeah, we got a lot on the horizon. We'll look for those stories. We'll obviously talk about them on the podcast when we get them out. And
I think my meatloaf's better than Melissa's. I put a little Italian sausage in there, just so you know.
Rhino meatloaf has no flavor. It's probably that plant-based Bill Gates garbage, you know.
Yeah.
All right, so today, Terry, who do we got? We got
we have Jimmy.
a buddy of yours, right?
We have Jimmy Tillman, and he is the president founder of MLK Republicans. He's a huge MAGA guy.
He's running a couple minutes late.
Oh, he's running a couple.
Oh, that's all right.
couple minutes
We
late.
got some
Oh,
material.
I got something I want to talk about.
Yeah, we got stuff. We got some stuff we want to talk about.
wanna
Go
read
figure. The rhinos are breaking all the rules.
Yeah, so
Tyrants.
And again, we apologize. Here, you read this. I got meatloaf in my throat. I got to get rid of it. My dog's begging me over there.
None of this was planned. This is all ad lib, by the way, everybody. This Terry's in his pajama pants. We just shoot from the hip on this show. So, all right. So this is from our local Republican organization. And just to fill you guys back in, 6 months ago or so, actually over the summer last year, one of our committeemen in our local Republican organization wanted to put a motion to censure a couple of county Republicans in Illinois, here in DuPage County, just west of Cook County, Chicago. And they wanted to censure these two Democrats because they donated to both the radical Democrat on the county board, Deb Conroy, and then also to the radical Soros-funded DA in Cook County, Kim Fox, who's famous for letting criminals back out in the street and causing murder and mayhem in Chicago. So they saw, after that, Terry and I gave a speech. Then they censored us, wouldn't let us talk for the last 6 months. And then, of course, as we talked
Everybody,
about,
not just us.
they censored everybody in the organization. They never did one fundraiser for any candidates. They raised like zero money. All they did was spend money. And now that they brought in their money bags guy, they used to raise money, the township assessor, back into the fold. He is now using that money to go after Republicans like myself and two other committeemen, instead of filling the over 40 slots for committeemen that we need to have for the organization, and instead of spending it on going after Democrats, of course. So they also decided to hold a meeting tomorrow, and that meeting is to elect the new organizational leaders. And obviously this tyrant chairman that we have, who's censored Republicans and refuses to call out the porn in the schools, the
drag queens,
the Republicans who take money from teachers unions, the Republicans who give to Soros prosecutors.
They don't get involved in it like the Democrats.
They don't say anything. They just don't say anything. They're cowards.
Yeah, they're cowards.
Jack Novak's coward. Greg Boltz cares only about his pension. He's a coward. Sheriff Mendrick's all about power and taking money from pedophiles. or sex offenders. I shouldn't.
Yeah, well, I don't know how you do. It's
Career
it
criminal,
also
basically.
he impersonates a police officer, drugs, assaults. That's his guy.
So they are holding this meeting tomorrow, right? Dear doesn't have a person. Pursuant to our bylaws, we are issuing this notice via U.S. mail to call the 2024 organizational meeting of the Downers Grove Township Republican Organization as follows. Friday, April 5th, 2024, 7 p.m. at this restaurant. November is an extremely important election for our country, for our county, state, and country. Our organizational meeting kicks off the drive to winning. Well, we all know what their record is on winning, Terry. A historically red county, DuPage County, has since in the last 4 years turned blue under their watch. In 2022, during the municipal elections, they raised zero money for school board candidates, for conservative school board candidates.
They also stay silent. It costs not a penny.
Not a penny to say something, right?
Yeah, not a penny.
Right? But I mean, we're losing our country, and all you gotta do is say, "Hey, maybe it's not good to have pornographic books in school libraries."
Silent about
maybe that's
men
not good.
dressing as women, going to the Downers Grove Library
And performing
playing
for children.
bingo, and Katy Perry songs with 12-year-old children. Swear to God, heels, mustache, beard, makeup, dress. Silence from these guys. Also, not that we really care about the whack job Downers Grove Methodist Church. They have drag Santa Claus in the heart of Downers Grove. Silence about that. Now, you should not be ashamed.
These
as a
Christian
father-
conservatives.
Yeah, I mean that stuff is wrong, right? They're indoctrinating our children. It's wrong. Just like Curran, he takes money from the teachers.
That was Trans Santa.
Yeah, it was trans Santa. Yes, sorry about that. And then I'm a radical for calling it out. These guys, we got to get rid of these guys, right? And
So-
we will.
So, one other thing we forget to mention:
It's only him up there.
the lowest hanging fruit. The lowest hanging fruit is the recent thing, Terry, with the library board. Now, the library board has done all kinds of wacky stuff lately. They advocated for the drag queen bingo thing for the kids, right? But they also advocated for, like, hey, they worked with a DEI LGBTQ organization in town to during June Pride Month to put up all kinds of paraphernalia and paintings on the library about that. And they were like talking internally. We have FOIAs about what can we do to highlight Pride Month, right? But then when one of our friends, Jim Wool, says, "Okay, well, I want to paint up the library for Memorial Day and 4th of July," they're like, "Oh, well, we have there's procedures and you have to go through, and okay, we'll let you do it this time, but then when you wanted to do it again, oh, well, you should really have to be part of a group to do that." And when they did paint something on it, by the way, these were school kids that painted the stuff on the library for Memorial Day. They had, "In God We Trust" on there. And with the library too, they sent Jim an email saying, "Well, we had complaints about this. So we went out there and edited the children's artwork to lowercase the O and the D in God." I mean, they literally took time out of their day to go, because God was all capitalized. So they had to and they had to notify them, and then they wouldn't let them do it. These are the kind of people we're dealing with, right? Well, there's one dissenting voice on that board, one conservative, right? And because he's asked crazy questions like, "Hey, what are we doing with our budget? It looks like we're spending over $1 million in our discretionary fund for the last few years.
Is Jimmy on yet?
Where did that money go?" And they decide they're gonna kick him off the board, and they put it to the village council.
Yeah,
What do our Republicans say about that, Terry?
Silence from our Republicans.
Not
like
a
normal.
word.
They don't.
Not a word.
These guys are cowards. They're worried about maintaining their own positions. I want to follow up with what Paul read, the initial letter. We're having a meeting, an organizational meeting tomorrow that Jack Novak and the rest of the slugs that support him, and they think they're going to make elections for next
slugs.
year. And so, if you heard what Paul said, that Novak said he wants to follow the bylaws, right? So my good buddy Jeff Mack is and I apologize for those that are not from the Downers Grove area, and us dipping back into bringing up
Local.
these slugs.
No, it's important though, Terry. All this stuff starts at the local level.
Yeah, so I apologize. Jimmy Tillman should be here in a minute, and he's you guys will like to hear what he has to say. It's exciting for us in Chicago. And so anyway, Novak has this meeting tomorrow, but they have a little problem. They didn't follow their own bylaws, right? So there was elections, and they went after Paul and some other folks, and they got an 85-year-old man, a intern to replace very senior good people, right? You might not like all of them, but that doesn't matter. They're very good people. And if these guys were really concerned about winning elections, like Novak said, he has like 60 open seats of committeeman seats that his three co-slug friends could have went and started to solicit people to vote for Republicans in those open seats instead of trying to politically go after. So it's not about a winning elections. It's about maintaining control for the slugs, for the rhinos, the incompetents, and want to stay with the same old, same old. So anyway, we have this meeting tomorrow, but what they seem to forget is that based on our bylaws, you have to wait till the elections basically certify, which is not until the 8th of April.
Tuesday.
So my friend Jeff Mack sent a letter. His wife, who I love, Mary, made this shirt for me. Paul forgot his shirt, Mary. So don't.
Sorry, I'm wearing red, white,
he
and
forgot
blue.
about he's running here late. So thank you for the shirt. Nothing's over till we say it's over. Novak. We got more tricks up our sleeve.
Oh man,
slug. So anyway, here's what my buddy wrote. Pursuant to Article 7, Section 7 of the Downers Grove Township Republican Organization bylaws, you gave notice to the biennial organizational meeting required Article 7, Section 4 to be held on April 5th, 2024. That's tomorrow, right? However, pursuant to Section 4, Section 3 of the bylaws, you have no committeeman in office to have a quorum. So we're supposed to try to reelect this slug Novak tomorrow, who, by the way, is supposed to be in his deathbed. So if he's in his deathbed, why is he running? I mean, right? If this is about winning in your letter, and you're under all this intense cancer treatment. Again, folks, actually 3 bouts with cancer, right? 3 bouts. So it's not like, for me.
you.
He's only got 1. I got 3, right? I survived stage 4 prostate, stage 3 melanoma, a reoccurrence, and I got through radiation stuff. So I'm not whining for sympathy like Novak is. He's still incompetent. Cancer, no cancer. So anyway, Article 4, Section 3 states, term of office of elected committeeman shall begin immediately upon the certification of the official canvass. There's been no certifications. There's something going on that these slugs wanted to have this organizational meeting tomorrow. We still don't know why. It's gonna be fun, Novak. Bolts, Mendick. Let me finish reading this.
Sure.
The official canvass of votes shall continue until the date of the succeeding general primary election, or the person ceases to reside in the precinct which he and she is elected, whichever occurs first. The term of office within Downers Grove Township, all committeemen end on March 19th, 2024. All of us end, right? Their new terms will not commence until April 9th, 2024. So our meeting's tomorrow. It's April 5th, right? When DuPage County Election Division certifies the official canvass of the votes. You hear that? April 9th, 2024. So these slugs are going through all this stuff, talking about rules and decorum, all these things they break. These guys are disgusting, incompetent slugs. These are the people that lost Downers Grove, DuPage County to the corrupt Democrats. And all they care about is themselves, right? If they didn't care about themselves only, they wouldn't have tried to get rid of very good, solid committeemen, and they would have got their other 3 stooges to take the open spots that we have no committeemen. We have like 60 open spots. What do? You get Mendick, you get Bolts, you get Novak. They're paying for yard signs for committeemen. Flyers, you got Mendick's face on the flyer. I support this 85-year-old man because blah, 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 blah against the 41-year-old. So am I?
By the way, I was their shining star when I was speaking what they wanted to hear.
So this has nothing to do about winning elections. They could hate Paul because he's friends with me. They could hate Jack. They could hate Chicky, right? These people did their job much better than these 3 stooges they put to replace them, right? And if I'll see you stooges folks tomorrow. I apologize. I know I'm calling you stooges.
This is interesting.
Because they recruited you guys. Have got to be stooges.
But this is interesting, right? Because, I mean, the fact that you point this out, we put this on our podcast because Jack has a history of breaking the rules. I mean, this is why we say this isn't a real Republican organization. When our friend Scott raised the issue of these Republicans donating to radical Soros-funded Kim Fox, district attorney of Cook County, Jack broke the parliamentary rules. We're supposed to be going by parliamentary rules.
Okay. All right. Let's get.
Anyway, he broke the rules.
Enough about these slugs.
We're gonna play a commercial.
Okay, we're gonna play a commercial, and we got Jimmy Tillman on. Text about Sharon. Sorry, man. We'll do it afterwards. Hey, Jimmy Tillman's here, you guys. I've been talking to him and his twin sister. I got boy girl twins, so it's kind of cool. We talked a little bit. Me and Ebony talked a little bit about the relationship that you guys have and the bond that my kids have. So that I love that. So anyway, folks, we have Jimmy Tillman here. He's the president and founder of MLK Republicans. He's MAGA.
The Martin Luther King Republicans.
Yeah, he's MAGA. He's very active and involved in his community. And before we have Jimmy introduce himself and his organization and all the cool stuff, I got to ask him. So I'm 62 years old, and my dad worked for the city of Chicago. So I grew up an Italian American Democrat Union family, knew nothing but right. Probably like I know your mom's Dorothy Tillman, right?
That's true.
Right.
Yeah.
And I remember seeing your mom was known for her hats, right?
Right. That's why I got my hat on right now.
There you go.
We see that hat. So I got a question for you. So my mom and dad are in their 80s, right? They're 85 years old.
Okay.
And my uncle is the president of People's Energy Gas, right? They're all Republicans now. So I'm curious, when you were being raised by your mom, were you also a Democrat like me, or like when did you become a Republican and why? Introduce yourself. Kind of share that for me.
Let me break it down to you, and you might be able to understand this coming from your side of town. You might didn't grow up watching Good Times. You might grow up watching Facts of Life. Family Ties, right? I'm the Michael P.
Ties,
Keaton of the
yeah.
family.
Yeah.
I'm the Michael P. Keaton of the family.
Michael P. Keaton.
So if you have a liberal family, you have one conservative son, and that was me. And
really?
No
So
way.
it was like, listen, it was conservative with a black power fist because I was like the Michael Evans of the family, and everything was like constitutionally correct. You feel where I'm coming from? So it was like a constitutional side where you lean one way and everybody might go one way, and I'm like, well, nah. So I was kind of like I said, the Michael P. Keaton. And by the time we made our move, I guess now everybody's,
So you're contrarian.
everybody's my way now.
So you were like the contrarian of the family, huh?
So tell us about
Yes, that is.
Tell us about your organization. Tell us about the cool things you're doing. Tell us about the excitement and the buzz in all communities, right? It's Chicago, right? My union friends, right? They're the rank and file union guys are ready to vote Trump, right? It's not the leaders.
Right.
African American, minorities. Please share the story about what you're doing with your organization and what you're hearing on the ground in the city of Chicago.
Well, that's great. I just got off a Zoom meeting with the American First Policy Works Foundation. That's the groundwork for what's really happening right now. And I ain't say we got into a little rah-rah, but right now we're trying to get out the vote. And that's what's happening now. They got us in Wisconsin, they got us in Michigan, and they got us in Georgia. right now the Martin Luther King Republicans are about to employ this thing called an anaconda strategy. Are y'all any history buffs out there? Any history people out there?
Yeah, I love it.
Well, let me get history. Let me get history of anaconda strategy. Right, anaconda strategy was employed by the great General Grant when the Civil War was being lost by the Northern people. He went to Lincoln like, they trying to kick you off the ballot. Things ain't happening right. We're kind of losing it. What can I do? So at that time, my man Frederick Douglass went to Lincoln like, we need some black soldiers up in here, to get this battle fight rolling on. So bam, get all the black people launched up. Okay, now we need to get the losses alleviated. We need top-notch General Grant. Grant comes in. Got some free Grant? Yeah, all our generals are selling me out. Everybody I thought was with me are anti-Lincoln. Everybody just leave me all of a sudden. What's going on here? Grant like, not a problem. I got a strategy. We about to wrap this thing around this whole country and squeeze it. Now, being how it's like 17 really tough counties that we're dealing with, we're looking at 7 states. And so with our anaconda strategy, we're going to squeeze Wisconsin, Michigan, and we're going to do what the great General Sherman did. We're going to torch Georgia, especially Atlanta.
Yeah.
So if you're history buff,
yeah. Hey, Jimmy,
you can understand what this anaconda strategy is.
You're gonna whip out those anacondas and strangle their asses.
That's what it's about. It's about strangling them, and they're not seeing it's coming. You see, they can't see what's happening, and this is a Christian movement that we're having right here.
Right.
You see,
it's good versus
evil. What the main people don't understand is that the Democratic Party is at a crossroads right now, and so is America.
Yes.
America's at a crossroads right now. And come 11/5, which is going to be the National Day for Christian Observance, it's Christian, what's it again, Evan?
Visibility.
It's Christian Visibility Day 11/5, which is the election day, and we're taking back this country. You got to see the laws that they're passing on me and you.
Yeah, that's
if
what I
believe in the Christian way of faith, Judeo-Christian, or you're from the Sand religion, which is Muslims, Jewish, or Christian faith. You understand the laws they're passing go against anything what you believe in. And so right now, America has a choice to make. We can give our kids to Baal or Moloch, sacrifice them by cutting their genders off, transforming them, giving them these ungodly laws, giving them these perversion books to read, or we can stand up and fight. And right now, me, the Martin Luther King Republicans, American First, the Heritage Foundation, and all organizations around here who loves America are attacking this one way. That's what the power of the Most High. And we're attacking this beast. Our message is we're not giving the beast no more power. Right now, they're ruling. They're destroying the way of life. Black, white, brown, red. You see, this movement right now, we're thinking multi-generational.
Well,
right now, we're thinking about, like, I'm a grandfather, and right now we're thinking about a life to give our grandchildren's grandchildren. We're looking at a world that our grandsons, and granddaughters can maintain the lives that our grandparents maintained for us. That's
what I'm worried about, Jimmy. And I want to just real quick, sorry to interject. I wanted to ask you a question because
no problem. I'm jumping off.
Well, first of all, great to meet you, and thanks for coming on. I'm Terry's co-host, Paul. So one that I wanted to back you up for a second there. Some Terry and I think it's fascinating. They use the analogy of the Grant strategy, the anaconda strategy. And what I'm hearing from you there is that, in essence, we're at war, right? Terry and I talk about this all the time. What our problem is what we're trying to do with this podcast is wake up people to the fact that we are at war. It's a different kind of war. Maybe during the Civil War, it was a kinetic war, right? Where men are going at battle, shooting each other. Okay, but we had we've talked to Michael Flynn's guy who wrote his book with him, and they wrote a book called Fifth Generation Warfare, and they're saying what they're trying to tell everybody is we're already at war. Everybody's talking about we better be careful. We're going to be in civil war. But what I heard you say was we're already at war because you're talking about the anaconda strategy in terms of a political approach, and you're weaponizing, your organization and groups in the America First to go into these communities and advocate for Donald Trump, not because, as the Democrats would call you, you're an Uncle Tom, but because if people would open their eyes, the Democrats are actually enacting legislation that is violating our constitutional rights. So could you just talk about what are you seeing on the ground when you go into these communities? I mean, is there this movement in the African American community that is moving towards Trump, towards an America First agenda?
Great question. It was very, I ain't gonna say it's loaded, but get ready for a bomb, okay? First of all, check me out. This is Tillman's handbook on, it's kind of blurry. Hold on.
Yeah.
Hold on. It's Tillman's handbook on great Black American patriots. My sister's got a blurry background. We got Trump stuff in the background. We ain't trying to scare everybody.
Yeah,
but
we'll
listen,
find it.
Don't worry about it. So listen, what we're seeing, what we're hearing, and what we're feeling. Let me unpack it up.
Well,
I want to answer the last question first, but let me answer the first question first. We are at war, and in a war, you got to identify your enemy, and sometimes you got to look at your enemy and define it so you can be able to attack it. Mm-hmm. Most people look at the enemy as the quote unquote deep state. We like to look at the enemy as the ones who are controlling the powers and principalities. So when you know you're at war, sometimes you know you're not at war with man, but the ones who control the power and principalities. Mm-hmm. So once you identify that, and then you tell the people in your neighborhoods, before you hit them with the immigration, the inflation, mm-hmm. you hit them with something that can unite, that you can unite everybody. And that's the love for your children.
Yeah, the porn
so
and the
right now,
the drag queens, that shit is
everything. Yep. The war right now is for the children.
Yep.
And if you're not fighting on the battlefield for your children, the war is over. If you can look at the Democrats right now, the only go-to fast pitch they think that's going to win this election is going to be abortion. Not this time. Mm-hmm. There's not going to be one ungodly law that's thrown on the table that's going to defeat us this time. Right now, let me let y'all in on the secret. The Martin Luther King Republicans have already delivered my man Trump 23% of the black vote. The mission right now is Drive for 35. That's Detroit. That's Milwaukee. That's the mission. Mm-hmm. The mission down in Georgia is fighting for the souls of America. Mission over there on the East Coast is hold on, what we have Drive 35. Yeah, 35. Save the Baby Balls. That's over there. The Save the Baby Balls mission. You're laughing because
I love it. Yeah. So Jimmy, I got
it. Operations now, and Save the Baby's Ball right now. We're in the middle of our spiritual battle right now, our operation, and the Drive 35 is in full effect. We got that launching, and we feel that by 35% of the black vote should be on Trump by July. And I can concentrate here on Illinois, and my job be done. But Operation Save the Baby's Balls is we're trying to make people aware of the genocidal attack they're trying to do on our country by rendering our children unable to reproduce, turning our little boys, girls, and cutting off their testicles, removing our children's females' titties off, making sure that our daughters go into bathrooms with perverted men. Now, if you're a Muslim or someone of Islamic faith, you know that no one can see your daughter unnaked with a robe out. They're passing laws that attacking all those things. So when you say a war, it's more like a spiritual war, it's a spiritual battle. So when you want to bring Jimmy Lee on, like how the black folks doing and how everybody's doing, Jimmy is a warrior. He's fighting for America, black, white, red, brown, red, white, and blue. And so how I get down is when there's an unjust law somewhere, the Martin Luther King Republicans come out to fight those unjust laws. And what your audience and whoever watching your content need to know, that there's three options here that they have to deal with. Vote Republican, stay at home, or go to hell. There's no other choice in between. We're fighting against powers and principalities. If you love your children, if you love your way of life, if you love the life that your grandparents gave to you, then you're fighting for us. This is a broad battle.
So Jimmy,
it's bigger than just
Jimmy, I wanted to bring up about Save the Baby Ball. So when me and Paul were laughing like we're 1,000% aligned. The whole reason we got into this fight
I was busting your balls.
Oh yeah, look, hey, Jimmy, look at this here.
This is why we got in.
This is 2.5 years ago. I had this poster made. I showed up my kid's school board. I cleansed it, so we don't get blocked on the social media. Right. This is my kids' schools, and I made this. It drives the liberals nuts. They're pushing this on our children, and they're saying that this stuff isn't porn. That's why I got in this fight.
And they're saying kids gotta see this or they're gonna commit suicide.
So Save the Baby's Balls is like, I'm like 1,000. That's gonna get the parents involved, man. The illegal immigrants, all these other things. It's all important, all of it. But to your point, we got to fight for our kids and our country. And if a man doesn't stand up as a politician or a father and says this is wrong, you're not a man, you're not a father, and you don't belong in America. And get the hell out.
Right, you're an enemy to the country.
Yes.
Because right now, if you look at it, we're about at a population rate 1.2, and to be an industrial country, you need to be at least 2.3. So why do you want to stop people reproducing? Why do you want to push abortion?
Right.
And then bring illegal immigrants in here at this country? See, the operation to save America is what the Heritage Foundation and when Trump get in office is going to be the Department of Life. We just got to start mass reproducing again. We got to go back to the baby boomers. We got to we got to love one another again. And right now, with the Democrats pushing the death policies, they're pushing death to our children.
Well, that's why they're bringing in all the immigrants. Is that they're trying to replace the replacement strategy is real, right? The Democrats know their policies are not popular amongst actual Americans, so they're just going to bring in immigrants and give them handouts and then get votes for them that way.
Jimmy,
let's look at it even deeper. When everybody was pushing for a minimum wage hike and everyone's living at $17, $20 here, there, and all of that, that's great at the time. And now all you got to do is bring an illegal immigrant in here and pay them $375.
Under the table while they're getting paid our tax dollars.
Exactly.
So Jimmy, could you?
That was a scam right there. See, that's why businesses are leaving. Everything right now is, first of all, made for me and you all to fight for the scraps. The great replacement theory is real.
Yes, it is.
Absolutely.
It's not for you all. It's for the black man, regardless of the fact. So right now, they're moving all the immigrants into the communities that the African Americans are in, and they're going to count them on their census.
Not a coincidence.
No, and then they're going to have additional congressional seats.
So we are being replaced from the jobs, minority status. Here on Martin Luther King assassination anniversary and living on the King's dream, that this country, the Anglo-Saxon, African American, come together, one unite to heal that one bond, so we can get over the hump.
So Jimmy, I'd like your
policy. American first policies are only policies that rose the black community up without bringing no quotas, no statute. You all wasn't tripping at Trump looking at doing this for the black community. You didn't do that. American first policies are only policies that work for the black American because blacks are Americans too. And it rose the ship up. Finally, something that you can put on the table without nobody complaining that you're doing that for that group, and that's unfair. I didn't get mine neither. So right now, you got to look at where things are at right now. And the great replacement theory, here's the funny part about it. They're going to try to replace us. Not you, replace us with these immigrants, but they don't know how much the immigrants love Jesus Christ and don't believe in abortion or mutation.
You're right.
So in the end, what are you dealing with? You're dealing with a short-term fix. You're doing a short-term fix because you see the blacks are leaving the party. You got to put a patch in it right there. You see the white. Right now, the Democratic Party is going to be left with.
So Jimmy, do you
people
think
don't want to reproduce? People who don't want to reproduce and perversion and sickos.
Jimmy,
that's going to be left to the Democratic Party.
To that point, I got a quick question for you. Sorry to let you write just a quick one. To that point that you're saying that, then a lot of people are pessimistic about the future. But from what you're saying, do you think that this indicates that the Democrat Party's in serious trouble because they have to do this to replace constituents because they don't have their base anymore?
Well, right now,
should we be optimistic? In other words,
let me tell you right now. This is coming from Michael P. Keaton. Once the Democratic Party made a move on the Tillman family, that was an imminent part of the destruction, and I will not rest until they're done.
Like
and it is the Democratic Party. It's over for them, and we have left them. You don't see me in a rah-rah. I'm all over America. I'm all over the globe. I'm in every hood. I'm in your brewery, your fucking bar. I'm in your mechanics, your auto spots. I'm in your pool pits. I'm everywhere. This is the first time I decided to pop up as a favor, like, let me show myself, because right now I got them all shook. James Carville looking for me. If Carville see this, here I am, Carville. It's me. If you want to find me, Bannon, you've been looking for me, Bannon. I have not been blowing you off, Steve Bannon. I have more harder work to do, because what I know is right now between me and you and your audience, they're trying to hold on. Yeah. Their fight is a whole. They're trying to fight for their base.
Yeah. So Jimmy, I appreciate.
By the time we get to the convention, the race will be officially over. Trump should have 32 to 35% of the black vote.
Yep.
There's no coming back from that.
Right.
The race is over.
So
from that point on,
I appreciate you, because you said this before when we first, you don't go on the press too much. So I really appreciate you, taking the time to be on here. I got a question. Like when I do other interviews, people ask me, "Oh, so what do you think about Chicago? Is it going to turn red?" And I said, I don't know. It might. I think it'll be definitely purple. I think it's going to be historic. I don't know if you agree with me. What is your opinion on what's going to happen with respect to President Trump? Forget about the other slugs. Right. I'm talking about President Trump.
This is where I'm coming from. Right now, this is me, because R.I.P. Richard Porter, but this is Jimmy Lee Richard Porter, 170. This is Jimmy Lee Richard Porter, 178,000 Cook County, not 10,000. This is Jimmy Lee Richard Porter, 95,000 in Will County and Cook County and First District, not 10,000 Richard Porter. Let me tell you something.
I'm laughing. I'm laughing.
But hold on, Trump is about 48,000 here in Chicago, right? But it's going to be stronger than that. It's going to be a strong turnout. But what you should witness is the rise of the independent movement and the depletion of the Democratic Party. You see it increasing. R.I.P. Richard Porter, great job setting up for the black folks when they want to ride to the GOP. Make sure they can come in there, but there's not a foundational structure for them to be there. So we're looking at election and a half for everything. The 1,000-day strategy can be in full effect because R.I.P. Richard Porter's not here no more. You can't stop Jimmy Lee. They can't stop Jimmy Lee.
So Jimmy,
hold on. One thing.
Yep.
Jimmy Lee's still standing, everybody. So I'm still standing. Hey, Terry.
Yes, sir.
Even you thought, nigga, they told you I wouldn't be here this long, right? Jimmy's gonna go away, right? But dig it.
I got a question for you, because you made me think of something.
Jimmy's the truth. I'm still standing.
You said something that you made me think that you brought up to me a long time ago, which I absolutely agree with, right? You said the Republicans in the city of Chicago, Cook County, for whatever, they're not even set up to receive your folks to come vote and support them, right?
Nope. They're not even open the doors. They're not ready. Yeah. They're not ready. And they're ready to come over. And if they come over, okay, no hate. They have an office on the south side. That's only doing 4 wards, right? The GOP don't even have a plan to, well, there's no Republican committeeman. They got people in the seats, but there's no Republican committeeman that don't know how to even go register someone to vote. If I'm a Republican committeeman and I get 50 people to vote for me, I should have 200 votes in that ward, not 50 votes. I got 50 people. They can at least bring 2 people. I can't do the basic mathematics. Okay, so this time, we've been sleeping all this time. All of a sudden, here comes Tillman with his little crew. Now, everybody want to copy Tillman, their crew. Now, everybody want to be Republican. That is great for the movement. But now, knocking at the door. Are y'all ready? No, you are not. So what this movement is, let's get Trump back in office. And that's what it's strictly about. Turn it red. They're not going to turn it red in no primary. Turn it red is in the general. Mm-hmm. And the reason, and how you turn it red in the general, you say, hey, Richard Porter, you can take committeemen and run some state reps and state senators and county people in the office so there can be a ticket so we can turn it red. Are you not running people on purpose so Trump can't win? I don't know. But let's play the game. If there's nobody on the ballot who you're going to vote for, but how you going to turn it red? Let's stop the turn it red movement. How are you going to stop the turn it red movement? Let's not have nobody. Why? Fuck Jimmy Lee. Fuck Jimmy Lee.
Yeah.
Right, Terry?
Yes.
Who do you think he is? Big mouth. Who do you think he is, right?
So Jimmy,
But, hey, Terry,
yes,
they
sir.
feel me now, don't they?
Yeah.
They feel me now, don't they?
Yeah, yeah. So what? So like, if you had say if you're sitting across the table in two situations, one across the table from Richard Porter or whoever takes over for him from the state of Illinois, two from the national perspective, right? If you're sitting across the table nationally from the RNC, what would you tell Illinois and then nationally that they need to do to help us, help you, help us together to make as many people vote for Trump? Go ahead.
Good question.
See, that's a great question. But here's the answer. Because of the administration, you should know this, Terry. They're never Trumpers.
They are.
Head to toe. No matter what, I can give you the whole plan, and you'll fuck it up because I gave it to you. And so it won't happen. If you can see that you're not going to run nobody during a presidential election to register, to rally your voters here in Chicago, Cook County, to come out in droves, why should I tell you what to do when you telling me what you're not going to do?
Right.
It's mathematics.
Right.
You ain't got to sit on piss on me telling me I'm this water. You show me right now for the last. Hey, I've been playing with the GOP, running up and down. I saw y'all had operations. I know when y'all run. I know when y'all win. I gotta get my votes on my own. I know where the Republican voters are because I go there. I've been up and down the county, up and down Wheel. Now I just happen to jump down the state to see where everybody at, see how everything works in the state. Now I'm clicked in with everybody in the state now. I know the whole operation. I know why we lose. I see why we lose. And we're going to lose because they're not Republicans. It's a country club.
Right.
I'm not even tripping on it. You got to pay your dues to get in it, but they're just in it to say, I'm somebody big.
Jimmy,
I'm somebody special. I have a title. I got that. I understand it. I don't trip on it. I do my own thing.
You're preaching to the choir, Jimmy. We had Terry and I tried to fight our own local Republican organization because we got Republicans donating to Kim Fox. They won't call out the porn in the schools. We got a state minority Senate leader who's getting money from teachers union.
Curran.
And he's
right.
and he's advocating for Amendment 1, which is the path to communism. We tried calling all this stuff out, and what do? They censored us. They censored the entire organization because of me and Terry.
Right.
And then what? And then we start filming him at a meeting, and what does he say to us? You said that country club Republican thing? He says, we're not allowed to film. We're not allowed to film in here. This is a private club. And he said the quiet part out loud. Yeah. This is all about a private club. So, question for you. You talked about it. I think this election is going to be where we get like everybody going for Trump, but Trump's representing a movement much bigger than red or blue.
That's true.
So you don't want to share the strategy in detail, but do you think this is the opportunity right now where at the local, the grassroots level, we can actually get candidates into seats by kind of departing from the
yes,
old
I do.
Republic? Okay.
Let me tell you something, because after the robbery of Jimmy Lee in the primary, I went on and put together a 1,000-day strategy to save Illinois GOP. I was playing with it by giving pieces of it to the hierarchy, and I watched them just play with it and tear with it and just destroy it. But I feel, honestly, the next cycle and the cycle after that will be great for the party, period. This is a cleansing period right now.
I hope so.
Everything has to be flushed out. Everybody got to go.
Absolutely.
And the funny part about it is there's not nobody except Richard Porter in the GOP who I don't like. And I ain't know Richard Porter, but he don't like me. You know, he go out his way to hurt Jimmy Lee, but I don't even know him, right?
Yeah.
But I have no bad vibes with nobody. Even the thieves who stole from me, I work with them. The liars that lied to me, I help them out. It makes no difference because if we're on the same team, it's all about a W. There's two candidates I'm working with, Frederick Walls and Samantha Gasca.
Oh, yeah, we know Samantha.
Oh, yeah.
Right, the only two people that I feel that can put a W on the board.
Yeah.
Nobody's backing them. We're pushing them. We're going to push them, put everything behind them to prove that we can put a W on it. It starts with putting a W on it. The party ain't going to put a W on nobody. Everybody's looking for money. Everybody want to be consulted. Everybody want to get paid. Nobody wants to sit down and do the work. And put it like this, everybody. I'm so bad. I get my votes. I don't spend no more than probably $5,000. I ran 5 times and only spent $10,000 total. If I can knock on the door and shake your hand and talk to you, you're gonna vote for me.
Yeah.
Everybody wants money.
Yeah.
And right now it's a money game, and everybody from consultants to here's my list, here's my telephone list, here's my email list. Give me that.
Right,
Everybody want to make a hustle. And so if I'm a honest candidate that want to come in, there's so many sharks and wolves around to eat me alive. They're not even gonna give me good advice. They're just here to take my pockets.
No, that's true.
A lot of good candidates out there. That's not gonna get a chance to shine because they're surrounded by wolves right now, sharks right now, not even Republicans. And you got people that want to join the party, and so many never Trumpers already never.
And they're keeping the door shut. They're keeping the door shut. That's what we're seeing. They're keeping the door shut.
So, Jimmy, who do you think's more dangerous, the Democrats or the rhinos?
I'd be curious.
Rhinos.
Yes, thank you.
What we think too.
Thank you. Because they're all about control and power. They don't want anybody to have an opinion outside of what they tell. Yeah, they're destroying us from the. Hey, Jimmy, I want to take.
I'm the #1 vote getter in Cook County.
Jimmy, I want to take it a different direction real quick.
#1 vote getter in Cook and Will County. The #1 vote in Cook and Will County. And hey, let's stop this guy.
Right.
Why? Why stop him? Because you don't back me and I still get it. I don't ask for your backing. Don't ask your money. Don't ask your backing. Don't ask your help. And it's still an anomaly. The funny part about it is this. They messed up when they stole from me this last election because there's no way a man who averaged 65,000 votes all of a sudden come with 10 G's in a whole state when 2 counties endorse him, 2 counties.
Hey,
Reverend Williams, would it put it? Come on now. Everybody know how dirty the game. I don't even put I ain't gonna even mess with nobody because it was great to see them do it. Not knowing I was a patsy, not knowing I was like the black die. I was the black die. I said, watch them come steal it from me. You want to see theft? Watch them come get it from me. Now watch me, y'all.
So I want to make a couple comments on YouTube. Oh yeah, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No. Go ahead.
Yeah, we got
I don't want to take over your show. I'm trying to get Terry so much because you've been calling us. You're trying to give a whole lot of plethora.
Yeah, we want to hear you.
I told I talk so much. I want to give him everything.
The reason you're on here is we want to hear you, but we got a couple comments I just want to read out. Christian Sass. Awesome watching everyone connecting across racial lines. God bless you all. Trucking along with Kersey says, damn, I hope so. This is so encouraging. Mr. Nice Guy, it's about to go down. The Dems are indeed in trouble. So I just wanted to read off a couple of those comments.
Because it is. Listen, you can go to our webpage. It's www.martinlutherkingrepublicans.com. Y'all need to sign up and get our information. If you want to see our strategy in full effect and get our talking points on, we're the underground Black Ops Trump campaign because my leader is being clogged down with the let's get his money, let's bog him down with everything.
Right.
And he ain't got the people. He has the people, and we're out here near deep. I'm just mad I didn't go to Arizona and Las Vegas. The challenge was Wisconsin because hey, there's only 3 black counties, but I love Wisconsin. And I got a team Wisconsin that loves me out there. And we got a tight niche strategy with fathers just want to drink their beer with their sons, go hunting, go fishing, tie the LGBT community. I got the people in the brewery distilleries just tied on that. You got the people over there in Battle Creek, in the little Kellogg, the factory plants tired, the auto mechanic. You got people in the churches all over, south, north, east. They're tired. We've made that connection. Everybody is activated. We have this battle. The deal is the fight is not between Republican and the Democrats. It's between Mega and the rhinos.
Right.
Only the rhinos want to stop this move.
Hey, Jimmy, one thing we didn't cover was
over the Democrats.
Jimmy, one thing we didn't cover is that actually you ran for Senate in 2022, right?
Yeah.
You know, one thing
the only mega candidate in the race. Check that out.
Yeah, and so well, I just wanted to switch gears and ask you a question on that real quick.
Go ahead, my man.
Just 2 parts. One, why did you run for Senate? And 2, there was a on your your campaign website, you said the Senate is the key to uniting our country. I think a lot of Americans need education on the bicameral legislature. Can you kind of explain to us why you thought that the Senate is the key to uniting our country, and
at
then
that time,
why you ran for Senate?
At that time, I knew our country was in dire straight, and the key to everything lies in the Senate. And at that time, we needed to take hold of the Senate.
Mm-hmm.
And there's a lot of things that are being pushed down now that you see that are lacking because we don't have the Senate that's been pushed in our face with the border. Mm-hmm. You got now if they replace this new Supreme Court justice, we might have an even worse leftist coming up here. We don't have no people talking about the cost of living adjustments. We don't have people talking about cash court issue. We ain't got nobody even there to be the stand on trial for Mayorkas when he come up for his spot. Right now, there's so many things that's going to be happening at this time with the Senate, you know. And,
right.
The fact of the matter is that, you know, everybody was elected, and everybody believed that the election wasn't stolen up there, and everybody really voted for Hillary. See, I ran with everybody on a bunch of Hillary Clintonites. When you're a true Republican and you be on stage and you run on a ticket, when you're the only person on that ticket, the whole fucking ticket that didn't vote for Hillary Clinton, you know there's a problem. So I looked at it like, man, I'm the only one. I mean, everybody up in it, and everybody on the ticket doing a whole primary. I'm the only one, this black guy from the South Side, the only one that voted for Trump all 3 times. Can you believe that? Only one, everybody, you know, everybody want to come in everybody's face and he down. And my whole election was to bring forth what we're dealing with right now. It was a precursor. If you followed my election, it was a 2024 Trump revenge ticket. My whole election was bring forth that, you know, the black community are waking up. They are Republican. It is a movement. And I feel so hardly that your man, Richard Porter, saw that Trump on top of the ticket. Dig it. Trump on top of the ticket. Dig it.
But wait,
we can't have that.
Jimmy, the Democrats.
We can't have that.
Jimmy,
have Trump on top of the ticket. They couldn't show that blacks vote Republican. It destroyed the whole narrative.
But Jimmy, the Democrats would say that. What do you say to the Democrats that say you're just an Uncle Tom, that you don't know any better for yourself? That Joe Biden would tell you, Jimmy. Joe Biden would tell you, Jimmy, that you're not black. You're not black.
Game
change. Joe Biden.
Today is April 4th, right? April 4th, 2024. By April 30th, May 1st, if you're a black man or black woman on TV talking about reproductive rights and killing all black people right there, you are a fucking Tom. Game change.
This guy's awesome.
Right.
Game fucking change.
I got something that
if you talk about killing our race right now on TV, right now out in the open, who the fucking Tom? Game about to change. Knuckles up off, gloves off.
I got something, Jimmy. You'll probably remember this name, Gutierrez. Remember Gutierrez?
Yes.
So my dad worked for the city of Chicago. Me and my brother were like early 20s, maybe late teens, early 20s. And the first time, you know how these Democrats say that the Republicans are the racist and all that crap, right? So when Gutierrez ran for I think it was alderman the first time, like in 1980, give or take. My dad he worked for the city of Chicago Water Department. You know how they tell the union guys what they got to do, where to show up, what to do. So my father was assigned to go to a polling place to protect the violence where the Puerto Rican was running his first time as an alderman. And I'm sitting there, as I got older and I kind of became, I'm like sitting there thinking, wait a minute. Me and my brother's a year younger than me. We went to help our father protect we didn't want dad to get in trouble or get hurt, right? And I'm sitting there thinking, wait a minute, who's he protecting him against? Democrats. There was no Republicans, right? The first time he ran, right?
Right. See, there are no Republicans here in Cook County. First of all, let's get that straight.
Yeah, right.
And I would like to tell everybody I am the only Republican here because let's play the game of politics. If you got a black guy, they got a lock on the black community that the people, that the voters do respect and vote on. You promote that person. Now, I don't get promoted because, hey, not only I'm a Tillman, and they don't want to get a Tillman that much power and authority. If the Democrats don't want to come back, so I got that. I ain't tripping. But I sit on 180,000 votes in the county of Cook. In the first district, my name is good for 98,000 votes. I know my people. I know my voters. I'm probably the only person that voters know that I know my voters. My base just expanded to over 8. Check this out. If you really want to know Tillman numbers, 225,000 votes in that Senate. Ain't that about? I should have challenged it. I should have played the game. But why? To show that they cheated a black man, to show that the Republican Party don't like that Trump is racist. So play that game with them? Nah. It was a game.
Yeah.
It was a game. I know my numbers. I get them right back. I'm gonna get them right back. They ain't going nowhere.
Yeah.
They still on my email list. They still email me every day. They get my newsletters.
Yeah.
I'm about 300,000 fans deep in the game.
Yeah.
That support me, whatever. They came out with no money. So what it is, I know where they went. I don't trip.
Yeah.
It's the game.
So
I just want to show them that I won. I got 58. I got 35. I got 42,000 votes in the city for Representative Trump. I got my girl Garska elected. And that would show everybody in Will County. What you mean 10,000 votes? What you mean? What you mean? I get my what do you mean? So the point I'm saying is, I know my Republican voters. The administration and Cook and Will have titles. They don't know who the people are.
Yep.
They don't go knocking on doors. They don't go shaking hands. They don't go to the bars. They don't eat pizza with them. They don't drink beer with them.
Right.
I'm a black guy. Have nothing in common with a lot of white folks, except that I love God, country, and my family. I can sit down and drink a beer with them, and we all good from that point on.
Yeah, I got one last question for you from me. Right. And I know what motivated me and why I got into this battle 2.5 years, because of my children, right? And I'm still in this battle. And I'm fighting different fronts. But what do you think within the city of Chicago, in your community, what motivates them more? Is it the indoctrination, the porn, the drag queens, the sexualization, or I know it's probably a tough one, or the illegal immigrants? Which one do you think is more of a motivational tactic that's getting your people out?
All of the above.
I know it was a tough one, right?
Amen, brother.
So it's all of the above, but the deal is, those are issues. Who is going to articulate that strongly enough that the media and the powers that be take them serious enough? It comes down to everybody on the immigration issue is wrong. Everybody screaming about it. Everybody knows that the child sexualization is wrong. But then you look at who is the representation of that movement, who is saying that. Until they have somebody that's not out there for money and glamour, who really and truly cares about it, then you see the black people will move from there. Right now, we're on the outside, we're on the inside, outside in, if that makes sense. We are on the inside. We purposely be on the outside so we can come back on the inside, meaning that now we knee deep in the streets. But you're not going to find us with all the idiots from the streets trying to get on TV to be from the streets. We know what it takes to get things done. There's ways of playing this game. Right. If you play the game by the rules, we win. You see, that's why Richard Porter is gone. He don't play the game by the rules. I wasn't going to give him this early. He didn't have to run. He didn't have to run. He knew he cheated. He didn't have to run. And it'd be a good matchup to see if Tillman could take on Irvin. Wouldn't that have been good, Terry? That'd be good. Would Richard love that matchup?
Yeah, we
Richard love that
Irvin,
matchup, right?
Irvin was a
I know
fake, man.
He loved that. He doesn't have never Trump up in there to show the black folks don't like Trump, and he'd rather go with that guy than real Trump. It's the narrative. You see, when I got in the race, I destroyed the narrative, captured the hearts and minds of many, took over the spotlight and said, okay, all those who did it, show it to me. Everybody pointed at Richard. He's scared. He's gone. We didn't get a chance to sit down. I didn't get a chance to sit down and ask him, why, man? You don't even know me. I'm the biggest vote getting the spot.
Yeah.
You want the black vote? I got it. Oh, you don't want the black vote. Why? Because the Dems said we need the black vote. Oh, it's together. I got it. You got to stop Tillman, because if Tillman gets in, we lost the black vote in the Democratic Party. You know that. Everybody knows that. Simple mathematics.
Yeah.
You stop the superhero. I'm the superhero. Matter of fact, I'm the bad guy. I'll take on being the bad guy. I'm the one when you walk in and be like, damn, here come Tillman. I'll take that.
Yeah.
Because that's how they felt when my mama walked in the room. Damn, here come Tillman.
Yeah.
These that way sometimes.
So one of the things the rhinos told me before this illegal immigration, because I started almost 3 years ago, right, about the porn and what they're doing to our kids.
Right.
You know what the rhinos told me? Oh, you're a one issue, and I wasn't running for, I was committeeman, big deal, right? But they belittled it. They said it was like no big deal. They refused to stand out and denounce the porn, and as if it was like nothing, right? Oh, it's a one issue thing. I think that was a catalyst to wake up parents, people, minorities, true parents, right? To say what you're doing. These are our children and our grandchildren. And I think that still is important. I mean, the illegal immigration thing is deadly. It's going to screw us up too.
Right.
But I think, to your point, I agree with you 100%. They're both equally important, and they're both motivational things that are going to get our people out to vote. Parents, grandparents, doesn't matter the color. If you're a person, a spiritual person, if you have any common sense, if you love your children and you love your grandchildren in the country, you care about both of those things.
Right. You know something? We need to get back to thinking generational. You see,
Absolutely.
Let me go as a black man. If my ancestors didn't think generational, I won't be here making Richard Porter sick. It ain't think generational. Like, I think we got to think. I have a grandson, and the best thing I got to give for my grandson is an autographed copy of my book, Tillman's Handbook of Great Black American Patriots, signed by Dr. Ben Carson. And when he signed it, he said, are you going to sell this book? I'm like, well, not me. Well, maybe my grandson will.
Yeah.
He laughed and said, no, I want my grandson to tell his grandson that his granddaddy did something great and knew somebody great. Until Americans start thinking for their grandchildren, and what will think about somebody's not going to see you. I might not live to see my grandson's grandson, but I know I left something for my grandson's grandson that my grandson can be proud of. And until we, as a country, as a race, as men, start thinking about a world that we want to leave for our grandchildren.
Damn right. Where are the men?
Grandchildren.
Where are the men? Where are the men? Men need to stand up. Hey Jimmy, I want to read off some more of these comments. We got a lot of comments that coming in, most that we've ever had, and some of them are addressing you. So I want to, if you can answer a question as it comes, just all right. So we got from Mr. Nice Guy Alexander. When's the next MLK rally? I'm joining them. So I would imagine go to the website, right?
MartinLutherKing.com. MartinLutherKingRepublicans.com.
We'll post that. MartinLutherKingRepublicans.com.
Mr. Nice Guy Alexander, Jimmy speaking facts, trucking along with Kersey. Does he believe blacks will actually vote for Trump, or is it all talk? I think we covered that.
Yeah.
Mr. Nice Guy Alexander, they will, I know. Mr. Nice Guy Alexander, Jimmy, join us May 5th at Stratford Square Mall, parading for Trump, 10 a.m. Look for the flags. Trucking along with Kersey. I hate having men in ladies' room. Love hearing men stand up for us, ladies. Preach it. Mr. Nice Guy Alexander. Amen, Terry. Irma Callenber. Hello, Chicago, my hometown. Mr. Nice Guy Alexander. Hello. Trucking along with Kersey. The Dems are indeed in trouble. Nice Guy Alexander. It's about to go down. Trucking along with Kersey. Damn, I hope so. This is so encouraging. We talked about Christian. Let's see.
Somebody said your email on the site does, Jimmy, your email on site doesn't work. That's I don't know what that means. Your email.
What does that mean?
No, they had to put an S after Republicans.
Put an S after Republicans.
www.MartinLutherKingRepublicans with an S.com.
Republicans with an S. Martin Luther King Republicans with an S.com.
Right? Do you have any events coming up? Anything going on?
Right now, we supposed to have something at Trump Tower. We're working with the people right now, so we'll let y'all know in coming weeks.
Okay.
We're trying to get Jack Brewer down here and Avita King down here for the speaker series.
There you go.
We got the American First Speaker Series coming in here sometime at the end of this month, and we're gonna be launching something in Chicago and Milwaukee. Trying to get Ben Carson and maybe my candidate for vice president, Brian Donaldson, big bag Donaldson.
He is awesome.
So we're trying to do that. We
He's
wanted
the
to get
man.
the big guy Trump in here, but I told him wait till after. Is my suggestion to
Hey,
him. Wait after.
Biden.
Jimmy, do you know who MAGA Hulk is?
Know
Steven?
that.
Huh?
Who's the Mega Health?
MAGA Hulk. You know who he is?
No.
He's,
No.
Steven, I'm gonna try to get him out here. He's an African American guy. He's
Okay.
MAGA. The guy's he speaks and stuff. He's MAGA Trump. He's massive. Massive.
He's
Made
big
me look
dude.
like an ant standing next to him.
He's
I'm
big
trying to
dude.
get him out to Chicago, so we'll connect offline.
Yeah, that'd be good.
Oh yeah, he's awesome.
Hey, two more quick comments. One
problem.
question for Jimmy. One comment. Trucking along with Kersey. I am a cross country truck driver. Trump signs every state. Never seen a Biden Harris. Not surprising, and I'm sure that's indicative of.
That's true. Think
November
about this:
5th.
to be a Democratic state, how many Biden Harris signs you see in
You don't
windows
see it
or
anywhere.
bumper stickers now?
I don't even
None.
see him in Illinois, like any of them. Okay, and then Jimmy, you got a very important question for you. Question. This from Mr. Nice Guy Alexander. Question: does Jimmy wear that hat in Chicago?
Everywhere I go.
There you go.
Matter of fact,
Yeah, you see it
My
everywhere.
man.
Google me.
My
Google
man.
me, and the Tribune will tell you that that's all you see him walking around Chicago in. You know?
I mean, I believe it.
So I look forward to meeting you in person soon and doing whatever
too.
we can.
We're gonna get together.
I'm
Yeah.
pulling a lot of my Italian union guys together, man. They're like on our side too, but they were Democrats too. Their people are pissed off, man.
Oh,
Well,
yeah.
listen, my sister told me to get a quick puff of my book in. I don't know if you can see it.
Yeah.
It's Tillman
Yeah.
Handbook on
it's
Great
kinda
Black
blurry.
American Patriots.
It's kind of blurry. Back it up a little
Right.
bit, Jimmy.
It's okay.
Hold on. Hold on.
You can still find it.
Hold on. Well, anyway.
No, you
it's-
can still. That's I want to get it.
well, listen, you go to TillmanFamilyPress.com and get the book. It's
TillmanFamilyPress.com.
I got a good chapter about Trump in it. Trump has his book. He loves his book. Melania loves it. And Trump helped me get this book a bestseller. It's a book on how the Black Americans from the day one, from the founding of this country, fought for this whole country. You can hear about Phyllis Wheatley, the great, I call it a great influencer. When George Washington, people don't know this, when George Washington about to quit, I give up, I can't go on no more, this ain't worth it. It was Phyllis Wheatley who wrote letters to George Washington, encouraging him that this is a great country and idea to fight for. People don't realize that the first George Floyd was Crispus Attucks. If Crispus Attucks gets shot down, atrocity in the streets, and everybody went right into his black man defense, we wouldn't have America right now. So we want to go back to the founding of this country. Black shed blood for this
There you
right
go.
here at all.
There we go.
That's
We
it right
got
there.
it
Thank
up there
you.
now,
There
Jimmy.
you go.
We
We
got
got
it up
it.
there.
Yeah. Thanks, Jason.
Yes.
That away, Jimmy.
You'll
That's
see
awesome.
that black shedded blood from the founding of this country, that is more of our country. So I wrote a book so everybody can know that we are one in this fight that we're having together. And the only thing that is dividing us right now is the Democratic Party, because they don't want to see us come together. And once black and white come together, America will be the strongest country ever. We can never be taken down.
Yep.
Damn right.
Period.
Yep.
Damn
Amen.
right.
Well, thank you very much for
You know.
coming on. And
Right on.
I appreciate
Hey,
it.
listen, Terry, anytime, Terry. See, y'all caught me fired up. Right now, you caught me fired
That's
up.
good. That's why you're
I got off the phone with America First, and they know I'm kicking James Carville's ass. And see, I'm kicking his ass, and they want to know how, and the strategy is, because the strategy is working, the numbers are coming up, and I got thanked, and they love, and I
That
feel
James
good.
Carville is an evil looking bastard. I bet you he
Oh,
wears heels. I bet you
listen.
that guy wears heels and a dress.
He's so listen. He is smart, and I hate to say this. I'm glad that Joe Biden and Obama don't like him, because he's angry.
Yeah, he is.
He's a matter of fact, he's a subscriber to our newsletter.
Really?
The Vanguard. You can get that sign up for that on MartinLutherKingRepublicans.com. And his comments, man, he's angry, and everybody at American First Policy told me that how can somebody like me get under the man like James Carville's skin? You really doing your job. I felt good. So you caught me coming off a hype, Terry. So
No, it's
I'm
good.
feeling all charged and energetic, because I know for a fact we got this now.
Yeah.
You know, and right now it's just putting it in their face. You see music, you have music in the background. So what I'm saying is we got this, and I feel glad that we got this. And this is what I'm most proud about, that in my lifetime in politics, the black vote is being catered toward openly, and especially with the Republican Party. And this is where I really feel good at, right? because they see what we're doing and the movement that Trump has. Finally, the Republican media, the deep state and the mainstream media has to admit what the Democratic Party has not been providing for blacks. They finally have to show and tell why we're leaving. See, this is a bigger movement than what you're realizing. It's bigger than me getting my man in. I told you, Barack Obama made a move. That's why we got our power. I said, I'm coming back, and I'm back. And I've been planning this move. The Martin Luther King Republicans' only move was to drain the swamp of blacks in the Democratic Party. And we've been going around the country. Yeah, like I said, I ain't got to be the face of it. And I don't try to be the face of it. Sparked up. My job is to get there, set the fire up, spark the fire, leave. Spark the fire, leave. Spark the fire, leave. As long as the fire's still going on, that's all that matters. Like I said, Terry, no need to be out front. I got to set the fire out back so everybody can say there's a fire, scream a fire. So everybody can say, I started the fire. It's my fire. My job is to make everybody say they started the fire.
Yeah.
That's my job. Make sure everybody say, I did this.
Yeah.
See, so I'm just giving you opportunity because I know you're close to Steve Bannon and them. They're mad because I've not been coming on their programming and show. And I want him to get to this that, yes, Steve Bannon, my strategy is live. Let's keep on pushing the Christian atmosphere. When I get everything down pat, I'm going to come on and give you everything how it goes. Yes, this is a great website. You go on, this is all the articles we've been having up there.
Yeah. Yeah.
You see, and we try to keep you in contact with what's everything going on. You can find strategy, information. This right here, this bloody border right here is what Trump really inspired right now. That's what he came out with his bloodstained by this border, because this is what we're talking about. So this is the energy we're going on right now. So you want something to talk about Trump? Here we go, and we hit him back with this. And so yeah, we feel really pretty good that we got him on the run.
Yeah.
You see, we got him on the run. We got him flabbergasted. It's like they know they're in the fight, and what we're trying to do is make Joe Biden say, "I'm not going nowhere."
Yeah.
You see, they want to push him out, and we want to make a man say, "I'm not going nowhere." Joe Biden don't want to be on the record with saying it's his fault that blacks left, so we're trying to make him stay, so he don't want to go nowhere. They want him to go nowhere. It's called dazed and confused. Make your enemy dazed and confused, and we got them like hung up. They had no idea what's coming on, and now they see me because I'm on your show now. You know, now I gotta put an article out, might be in the face of it. You know, because everybody's going crazy. And if anybody listening out here in Illinois, before we go red, we go purple. Before we go purple, we just got to drain the Democratic Party. We got to put the idea that there is an alternative. And what the Martin Luther King Republicans are here in Chicago, we are that alternative. If the Chicago GOP are not there for you, we're here to keep the conservative fight going on. And until we get some, I'm cool with all leadership in the GOP. Like I said, until we get some changes in ideology, then I will hold them back. But until then, there is no structure here set up for the mass exodus of the black Republicans, blacks that want to come to the party, and that's got to change.
Yeah.
So if Tracy. And I worked on Tracy's campaign. We ran lieutenant governor, so I'm not a stranger to Tracy. I love Tracy and his wife, and I consider him a friend. That's why I really don't slash him. I'm disappointed. I really don't get him that much. He might not even like me, really. He probably don't give a fuck about me, really. I don't even know that. Really talk, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Really, you know what I'm saying? I'm just being a man because
I don't think he likes me.
I'm a man of principle. You know what I'm saying? But real talk, he's probably, hey, fuck it. But I'm a man of principle, so I'm cool with Tracy, but we got something called the minority outreach. If they really want to be a minority outreach, they reach out to me and say, how you get these votes, Jimmy? What's your strategy? I ain't tripping on that.
Yeah.
If the state central committee people will raise money for the party, I ain't tripping. They don't do that. I ain't tripping on that.
Yeah.
If the state central committee men will elect state reps, will recruit state reps and state senate to help Tracy out, until that happens, I don't know. Until the county commissioners, the county chairs start electing or recruiting county officers, I don't know what's happening with that.
Yeah.
Until the city officers start electing, until people do their fucking job.
Yeah.
Until they do their fucking job, we won't have nothing yet. People getting paid and accolades for doing nothing. But if they do their job, we will win.
Yes,
all they got to do is 5%, not even 10%, 5% of their job, and we'll be purple.
So yes,
overnight.
Well, thank you very. So I appreciate you being here, Ebony. Thanks for getting your brother on here for me. It was awesome.
You're welcome.
I look forward to
everyone's talking about principle of nonviolence, but listen, we'll do that next time. I'll come on and give you an update of what's happening with the campaign and with the American First Movement, because right now it's about Project 2025. We're about to clean out the swamp, about to bring new people in, give all the tyrants. It's about the American First Agenda, American First Movement. It's the best policy for all Americans. And I'm telling you, it's Trump's black agenda. And it's the only agenda that white folks would get mad at when black folks came up and they look at themselves like, you're doing that for black folks. You didn't do it. See, that's why the American First is so smooth and so cool, and that's why it's needed. Now, here's the live part about it. I'm going to let you go. But I want you Trump people to know this. This is how live my man is, right? He only had a year and a half to put his policies in, and they made America great. Just 1 year and a half before they started impeaching him and jamming him.
And shit.
Think what he did and have all 4 years. So when he comes back, if he just give another year and a half, it's all gravy. It's all gravy.
And they investigated him the whole time.
Back on point.
Hey Jimmy, it's great to meet you.
Thank you for having me on. And again, anytime, Terry. I hope it's worth it. I hope I gave you a good show, my man.
Yeah, no, it was awesome. Thank you. I appreciate it, man.
I don't come on a lot, but this time I want to make you think I was blowing you off. But sometimes, listen, my friend, there's work to be done in this fight. Right. Everybody likes to be out in front, but sometimes somebody gotta make the sausage. So everybody gotta eat the sausage. Somebody gotta make it.
Someone's gotta make that Italian sausage.
Right. So let me make the sausage and get everybody to eat it. That's all I'm saying. So that's all. There's no blowing off. There's no discontent. There's nothing like that. I want you to know. I want you to know that. But I'm really working hard out here for America.
I know
and sometimes,
thank you.
You got to work hard.
Hey, good to meet you, Jimmy. Thanks for coming on and answering questions.
Not a problem,
brother.
Not a problem. Anytime, if you want me back on, let me know.
We will.
And you got Ebony's number, Terry.
Yes, sir. I do.
And I look forward to talking to you again, my friend.
Yes, sir. Thank you, man. Appreciate it.
All right.
Keep it up.
God bless y'all.
Keep it up. You too, man.
All right.
That was fun.
Yeah, that was fun. That was fun. That was a lot of fun. Couple shots there at some establishment Republicans. I'm okay with that. I don't know about you, Terry.
Yeah, that was good. No, that was good. Hey, cousin Rich. I didn't know that you knew Jimmy that well. I was texting Val Hayden. He's like,
well, man. I mean, hey, it sounds like he's been doing some work, man.
Well, thank you, oh my God, we're almost at 8:30. We went on an hour and a half. So hey, thank you guys very much for joining the show. Tomorrow's going to be fun. I don't know if we're going to have the meeting with the Slugs tomorrow, but that'll be fun.
We got a big guest next week, right? Dr. Thorpe.
Oh yeah,
Dr. Thorpe.
Yeah, Dr. Thorpe. Oh my God.
So we're going to talk. We're going to switch it up a little. We haven't touched this subject yet, right? And this might get us kicked off of YouTube, so we got to be careful.
Yeah, that's right.
But next week we're going to have a physician, Dr. Thorpe, talk to us about COVID and
the deaths amongst pregnant women. He spoke in front of Senate.
Vaccine related.
He's like an expert on this stuff.
Yeah.
So it's gonna be. We'll put some stuff out. But
That'll be cool.
This guy, he spoke in front of Senate, and then the week after, God, I forgot his name.
The J6 guy.
Yeah, Alexander or something like that.
Yeah,
he did the
documentary
on January 6th that Tucker Carlson. Said it was awesome.
So we're back to some great guests. Sunday, Convention Estates at Willowbrook. There it is. Okay. All right. Yeah. Woodridge Library. So this is for, Convention Estates guys. We get all your emails. Sorry, we're a little busy here, but we've been pumping you on every one of the shows. Get out there, learn more about our Constitution, because that's why the Democrats are destroying our country. They assume that people at the local level don't care about our country and don't know how the Constitution works, so they can destroy it at will. go to this library, learn more about the Constitution. These are good people.
Thank you.
Thanks a
Hey,
lot.
love that meatloaf.